How's it going, everybody? My name is Lucian. I'm going to be starting a series, a little home lab series. We're going to be installing a bunch of things that you might want in your home lab, things you might want to use. But we're gonna go ahead and get started with installing the actual operating system, which in our case is going to be Ubuntu server. I'm going to assume you already know how to put it on a thumb drive to make it bootable, and that you're looking at pretty much the same screen that I'm looking at right now. So to go ahead and get started, this whole process is simply going to be using our keyboard. There's no mouse involvement at all. We'll be navigating using our arrow keys or the tab key. With the first option selected, I'm going to go ahead and hit enter on my keyboard. All right, and then you should be looking at the screen right here. So one thing I do want to mention before we move forward is that definitely be doing this on, like, let's say you have like an extra PC, or maybe you actually brought like a dedicated server that would go into a rack, or maybe like a desktop server. This isn't something that you would install on your main computer here. This is like an extra computer kind of setup you got going on here. So depending on what you want to do, some of my planned videos I have will be like, like Plex and or Jellyfin maybe. If you're gonna do like media servers like that, you're gonna want to make sure that you have enough space. If you don't have enough space, like on your main hard drive, you can always slap in some external hard drives for extra space. So go ahead and choose your language. I'm gonna do English because I speak English. And then we're just gonna hit enter on these options. You can use the arrow key to change options here. I'm gonna go ahead and continue without updating on this. Again, I'm gonna hit enter. We're gonna leave all this as default. We're gonna hit enter. This is gonna go ahead and assign me an IPv4 address. We'll wait a second for this. All right, and then we're gonna hit enter. Then for this, if you want to set up a proxy address, you can. I typically don't. I don't need a proxy, but I want to go ahead and hit enter on that. And then this is going to check all the mirrors. So we have to just wait a minute for this to do its testing. And then once it's done, you can hit enter. Now for this, it's just your disk setup. I don't have any extra disks. It's literally just one drive. So you're only going to see the one drive here. But if you start plugging in like external hard drives or whatever your setup might have, you'll see other drives in here. It just really depends on your setup. I'm going to go ahead and use the tab key to go down to where done is highlighted here on the bottom. We're going to hit enter. All right, so once we're here, we're going to go up and I'm going to create a new volume here. And I'm just going to call it backspace out of this. We'll call it swap. And we'll set it to, let's just say 8. Oh, my numpad's not working. 8. And then for ext, oops, we're going to go down and switch that to swap. And we're going to hit create. And then we're going to make sure that our main drive right here is having the full amount of storage that it can have. I'm just going to type in a 1 here and it will auto correct to the correct amount of storage when I hit enter. I'm going to hit save. So that's 189 gigs, 0.99, and that's after we assigned the 8 gigabytes for swap storage. And we're just going to use the arrow keys to go down to done, hit done. You don't have to do swap, by the way. I just like doing swap on the servers. It's not required. If you don't want to do that, then don't do it. This is just confirming with our installation, with all our settings that we set up right now. It's going to wipe the drive, so it's going to format the drive, so it wants to confirm that that's what you want to do. Once we're here, we're going to put in your name. You can put in whatever name you want. If you want to put in your real name, feel free to. We're going to put in the server. We'll call it my home lab. Call it whatever you want. And then the username, this will be your sudo user. So I'm just gonna go with my name again, and we're gonna do a super secure password. And then we're gonna go down to done just by hitting tab and then hitting enter. Then we're not going to do Ubuntu Pro, so we're just going to hit enter again to skip that. I am going to hit spacebar to activate this little option right here to install OpenSSH. And I want to do that because I want to be able to SSH into my server. If you don't enable this, I mean, you can enable it later on, but you know, you have to do extra commands, but you might as well just enable it now because it just makes it a lot easier. But if you don't enable this, you won't be able to SSH into your server, meaning you have to physically go to your machine to access it, which I don't want to do. I want to be able to access it from my main, my main PC. It makes it a lot easier to manage. I don't have to go back and forth. We're gonna hit tab a couple times till the done is highlighted. Then we're gonna hit enter on that. I'm not gonna install anything right here, although you can. One of my videos that we will be doing part of this series is Docker, but I'm not gonna install that here. I'm gonna do a whole new video about installing Docker once you're in the terminal. So we're gonna leave all that here. I'm also gonna do Nextcloud and stuff like that, but again, I'm leaving all the stuff blank so I can show you guys that setup down the road, because we're going to be installing Nextcloud in Docker. So I'm just going to hit tab to where done is highlighted, and I'm going to hit enter on that, and then this will take a little bit, so we're going to sit and wait for it to finish. If you're not caught up to me, feel free to go ahead and pause the video and catch up. Now would be a good time. Now the server is updating. We can cancel the reboot if we want. However, I am not going to cancel it. I'm going to leave it running. All right, and once it says reboot now, we can just hit the tab menu and then hit enter on reboot there. And we're going to wait for the server to reboot. If you get this message here, just hit enter and it'll proceed. All right, now that our server is up, we are going to go ahead and connect to it via SSH. We no longer need to be at the main system here. All right, once we got our command prompt open, we're going to do SSH. Do your username that you chose during the installation, and then the IP address that is signed during the installation as well. And then we're going to hit enter. It's going to ask us if we want to accept the fingerprint. We're going to type in yes. And then the password for the server, which we also use during the installation. And just like that, we are in our server. So the first thing I always like to do is make sure to update and upgrade everything. So we're going to do that with sudo apt or apt update and 2 ampersands. Sudo apt upgrade, then I do -y, then hit enter, and then we're going to do our sudo password, which is the same password as our user account is. And then we're going to wait for this to go ahead and update. All right, and that's done. Just like that, you have officially set up and started your own home lab. So make sure you join me in the next video where we're going to be installing Docker next. Hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll see you on the next one.